What's up, D Nation? Back with another 10K challenge episode and the hand by hand final of the 10K challenge. So we just left off about 10 minutes ago, mixed down the audio and restarted this thing back up. We're down here and this has been very interesting. We had aces and stuff. Didn't really make much money from this, but this guy has been playing a little crazy. So we're definitely going to call. And there's just no way we're going to fold now with our heart draw. So, if he's got a bigger heart draw, he's got a bigger heart draw. He's probably got a 6 the way he played it. But, you know, the heart draw can be there. But against the way he's played almost every hand. He's been playing really crazy. So, and that bet right there is probably telling us he's got a heart draw. And it's going to be sick to probably see like a queen 10 or a king 9 or something like that of hearts, but we'll see. Ace king, so he just totally bluffed it. Thought he probably had a 6 or something like that, but I guess not. So moving on up that ladder to finish this thing out. Our ace jack hand, everybody's been limping. We're just going to see if we can pick up something here very quickly. And then our ace king hand, I don't really see us getting called, and if we do, this hand will play very well, but I think we'll have position. Don't want to inflate this pot too much against this guy up here. And we want to see if we do hit something where he can hang himself. God, can we hit the royal flush in the final of our 10K challenge? That would be just sweet. So we need a 10 of spades. Everybody wish for the 10 of spade. The guy bets $5. So we're going to call. We missed our spade. Ace jack hand up here. We're just going to check, and we didn't want to ruin our chances of maybe hitting the royal flush in the 10K challenge. So a guy bet 7, and we pretty much got the ace. We got the nut up here. So any small pair, queen 10, he wins. That's fine. We were just there at the end. I don't really see him calling, so if he has an ace, we're just splitting, so there's no reason to give more rake than we have to up here. And what is happening over here? 10-7-7 board. I think it's a good board where we can go ahead and raise this guy and see what happens. So, and if he has a 7 or something like that, and we can fold if he shoves the 40. We're not going to call for pocket threes, but I think sometimes we can take this pot down to where if he's got overs or something like that, he's going to fold out. So as stated in the last episode, if you guys hadn't checked out the weekly update this week, we started the question of the week 2 weeks ago, and both are very good. This week's question was playing out a position, and talked a little bit about that. It's towards the end of the video, so you guys may have to watch the biggest percentage. Don't know the actual timing where the question of the week. It's after the news and stuff like that, but tune into that. Check that out. I'll even put a little link in here for you guys so you can get quickly to that video without searching for it. Nothing we're going to do with our 5-3, and then our 10-4, we're just going to bet up here. This hand-by-hand thing is kind of cool. You know, you guys are going to get to see more play, unless I just totally bash it here and in this thing. But I'm breaking it up in 15-minute segments. And we got called by... so any draw, 10-9 is there. We're just going to bet again. And a good thing is, if we ever get raised, we can fold out. And we're just going to muck our 5-3 offsuit down here. This guy's been calling a lot, so there's not many hands that we can do. So again, you know, his Jack 9 type hands are going to call. Even with his gut shot Queen Jack, he's going to do it. So we can just move on, you know, and if he's on any other type of draw, heart draw or club draw, we can get away. We're just kind of protecting our hand there. And you just release those. There's no sense in trying to get fancy. This guy is not aggressive in any form or fashion. So when he starts making plays like that, you pretty much got to give him credit. Both of these guys are playing almost every hand. So we're going to be calling with about any hand that's playable against them. And a 9-7 offsuit is definitely one of those hands where we know they're going to pay us off in a big way if we hit something. We did not, so our $3 is gone, and we just move on with our hand. We can just go ahead and auto fold that. There's not many plays that we can make to win this pot post flop. So no cards. All right, there we go. We got a late poster in up there. Be nice to see. So he hit a set of fours. Fixate. The hand was played a little weird, and I was about to say either he flopped it in some form of fashion. I was thinking maybe he had like a 3-5 or something like that. But he actually had a set of fours. It just how that guy played. He's been very aggressive, and then his bet sizing kind of changed up, so it kind of led us to believe. So here we're just going to do a small little raise, and only because we want to isolate to the bad player over here. And then here, because this guy is the loose one, but then we're isolating to player 6, and then we're looking to just pick up the blinds too. And we're just going to protect our hand. We got a pair, and there's just a lot of cards that can come to make him pair up. And if he's got a spade draw, or I would assume if he's got an ace 10, ace jack, king queen type of hand, he might push it there. But just good hands. I mean, we can pick up a lot of pots from this guy post flop. So we're just going to be looking to try to get in there a lot of times so we can pick up those pots. Let's see. Can we do anything with our 7-2 here? Yeah, we could have up there, and we actually got a heart draw, so that's not bad. There he is calling again, and here we're just going to make a little smaller bet, where if he does go crazy, we can maybe call. But again, we're going to pick up a lot of pots from him. So, and these guys, again, their bet sizing is very poor. And again, another playable hand. I'm not really worried about bet sizing. If he does have a strong hand, we do smash it. We flopped a gut shot. So him betting 5 here again doesn't really say much. And we're going to call 50 cent down here. And then check our 2 here. We're going to actually call this. It ain't because we're calling gut shot. He might check the king here. Because this guy is deep, we're going to call with our ace 2 here. And then we're done with the hand. It's just our payoff. We're going to check. Can we steal it from this guy? We're going to get away from this one. I was thinking about raising him here. He's still betting pretty small. Again, he's not aggressive, so when he is betting, he's got a pair of some sort. And if he's got queens or jacks, you know, can we get him to fold? I doubt it. But so we actually somehow have made a flush without looking, and then our aces didn't call over here, and then our guy kind of left on us, didn't do anything. And king 9's definitely a hand we're going to open here. Again, this guy, early on, we got a big portion of our money when we were at 200. You know, we lost some earlier, but we kept going down, which is fine. You know, the style I play and post flop, you know, you're going to invest some money here or there just on some of these other hands, and things don't work out all the time. You know, you have a little bit more fluctuation where if you played a straight up tag kind of game. In our pocket 3s, I expect us to get called twice here. So we're actually just going to limp. We have the button. A lot we can do here. Man, there's not much I think we can do with our 4-7. Yeah, well, we got check 2 twice. Let's take a stab at it. And here we're giving this up. There, you know, when he checks twice, it's just giving us the flag to go ahead and bet and take it down. So a little bit of free money there. Well, we got a 10-5 and 6 4s, 7. Nothing we can play. Trying to play as many hands as we can. We're just trying to get this thing over with. I don't mind playing more hands than usual, especially when we got players at the table that allow us to play more hands who are calling way too much than they can, where we can play a lot of good post-flop game and pick up those pots. So I don't mind playing more in those situations. An interesting board right here. Let's see what bet sizing is. This guy bets because he hardly ever bets. So 6A, yeah, he didn't bet. The other guy had a flush and he checked it to him. So you got to take note. And this guy had 2 pair and he checked. So very, very passive and very tricky kind of guy. He hit his flush and he was check. So, but I mean, when you see somebody that passive who makes 2 pair and they don't do anything with it, it's really bad. But they're playing almost every hand again. Here we're going to just try to see. We're just going to min raise, see if we can isolate through these guys, pick up the button. I mean, we're just looking to have the button in a sense. So getting called by these is okay, especially with that kind of flop. And I would assume if either one of these guys has got a jack, they're going to pay us off. So 1250. And if he's got us beat, he's got us beat. But, you know, and we can't fold to this guy. I mean, he's actually betting, but I think if he had a jack because of the last hand, I think he's steaming from the ace-jack hand where he had 2 pair. So we'll see how this goes from here on out. Pretty sure we can get our stacks in one way or another. Looks like we're getting it in one way. So he flat calls, and we just want to go ahead and make this to where we're going to get his rest of his money in there. And then he don't bet his last 7. I would assume he's putting his last 7 in here. Like I said, if he's got us beat, he's got us beat. And let's fix save. Any jacks paying us off. So over here, we're going to go ahead and bet. It's a very draw heavy board. So 2 pairs going to be there. And if this guy goes crazy, we just can give it up and pot control from there. So, but we are going to bet very thin value here against, I mean, we're not going to go crazy because if he raises, we know we can fold. If he has the 8, he's that kind of a tricky player to where he would check again and then shove on us. And we just don't want to bet like we usually would for value where we would bet half pot. Here he might still call, but again, 2 pair crushes. So we can easily fold and even the straights there. So it'd be interesting to see what he does. I mean, I don't know what hands he would have called. Well, I mean, we're just basically, this is sick. If he shoves, we're checking because it's a split. Either way, I mean, why? He's calling with a gut shot, so it's just hilarious. And I think he would call if we try to like bet. I mean, he could have been dumb enough to fold it. Who knows? I've seen dumber players like that that'll fold when it's on there. So let's see. We were 100. So we're under 100 to go in the 10K challenge. Nice. So we're gonna finish it up. We are actually going to play this hand and we're going to stop it again and make hopefully one more video before we can finish. All right, so we're going to stop it here and till next time, guys, good luck at the tables.